We're gonna have our producer here. He doesn't get off work until 5:30.
Dang. Tell him his check is cut a little bit.
I said, right. He said, my food ain't gonna be done. I said, nigga, you ain't here to press record, so you don't do your job, I'm not gonna do my job.
He ready to
Your food will be done afterwards.
Tell him we won't be long.
That's what I told him. I said, we doing a whole straight run
Yeah,
through.
we won't be long today.
We doing a whole straight run through. I'm
I
excited.
don't know what you about to ask me.
I know, so she don't know, of course. Y'all know how I do spillers. I don't tell nobody nothing. Because I don't need you coming in here with no premeditated answers.
I know, because I be like, hold on, my notes.
So I just be wanting the people to know, you know.
Okay.
And then when I have people, anyways, I don't have nobody that's not authentic. I ain't gonna say fake.
Absolutely.
But I don't have nobody that's not authentic. So whatever they gonna come, we're gonna be real anyway. Okay?
Absolutely.
So we're gonna say a quick prayer.
Yes.
And then we're gonna get started. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity for me to interview DEEDEE. Yes. Pray, Lord Jesus, that you bless this to be an amazing episode. Bless this episode to bless someone. You know my motto, if only one person is touched and blessed, I'm good. Bless my spillers, bless my supporters, bless all of her followers and supporters as well. We love you so much and we thank you. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
All right. So I'm going to hit record. You're going to hear been on site, church girl, and we just going to go from there. Okay, can you say some of your microphones?
Check 1, check 2. Microphone check. Y'all ready?
All right. Sounds good. Here we go. And I left my phone somewhere. Oh, well. I'm good. Okay, yep, I'm actually gonna stop. Cause I gotta get it. I'm sorry. Cause my baby, she's at practice.
I was gonna say she here.
We ain't got time. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the last thing I was gonna tell you. I ain't talking about. I wanted to come back over here and clean up. That's just how bad I was. Just
clean up what?
I threw.
Okay, no. You cleaned up where you messed up, sis. I promise you. When I say it was clean, it was clean, honey. I promise it was. I promise it was. I promise to God.
Okay.
I promise.
I trust you not to tell
I promise. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I promise you.
Okay.
I would. If it would not have been like that, sis.
Right. Come on,
I need a little bleach. I'm the bleach queen, baby. I'm the bleach queen.
Come on,
I'd be like, run me a little Clorox. Okay, now we finna start. I'm sorry, Spillers. I had to go get my phone. At first, I wasn't gonna worry about it, but I got a whole 16-year-old. Even though she's at school practicing. Anything can happen. Y'all know there's some fools around here in the schools too.
It is.
They don't hold. Ain't nobody exempt. Okay. Whew. Let me get this. Record. Say something one more time, sis.
Check 1.
All right, we finna hit record and we on. Looking classy with your water.
She said we don't get paid by
Right, that part. But I love how you drinking at your wine glass. Just classy. The classy water, H2O in the wine glass. That's what we doing in 2023. Hey world. Welcome back to the Spill Podcast, your favorite podcast featuring your favorite podcast host, me, your girl, Mrs. Wilson. Welcome back, Spillers, to episode 22. Listen, I told y'all we were wrapping season 2 up with a bang, baby. Bang, biggity, bang, bang. And I am super excited to have the queen of live music, the daughter of the late maestro, Mr. Danny Jones. That was my mama homeboy back in the day, y'all. The DEEDEE Jones is in the building. Pew, 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 pew. Hey, Dee.
Hey, girl.
Welcome to the Spill Podcast.
Thank you for
having me. I'm super excited that you are here. Thank you for being here. Now, listen, Spillers, let me explain something to y'all. So, DEEDEE Jones is booked and busy. And when I say booked and busy, I say that humbly, but I'm just being 100, right? And her booked and busyness comes with signing the back of check stubs. But listen, I didn't have a check to give her the sign. So I am so humble and so appreciative, y'all, because she came to the Spill podcast and is doing an interview. Her utilizing her time, her energy, her space, just for the spillers. Like, she didn't charge me nothing. She didn't ask for nothing. I explained to her at the beginning, listen, we up and coming. You know, when we get them checks, I promise you, I'm just gonna write you a check just because.
Yes.
But we ain't got them yet. You know what I'm saying? And she still was like, that don't matter. I'm not here for that. I'm here to support you and I want to be there. Yes. And she came. So welcome and thank you so much for the bottom of my heart. You know, the church people say you could have been anywhere in the world, baby.
Anywhere.
But you're right here with me. So I appreciate you. Listen, before we go any further, Spillers, you know what time it is. It is our mental spill check-in time. This is the time of the episode where we are intentional about being tuned in with our mental, right? We want to make sure that everything is well mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I like to check in on my spillers. I feel like y'all hold me accountable, so I'm going to hold y'all accountable. Yeah. So, DeeDee, every time you come into the podcast room, I ask my spillers, how are you mentally? I know you got a lot going on. You booked and busy with your career. You're a single mother. We'll get into that in the later on in the episode. You're here, there, Dr. Sue's voice. You're everywhere. So, DeeDee, despite of everything that you have going on, good, bad, pretty, ugly, how are you mentally?
Mentally, I can actually say that I am doing well. It's the holiday season, so I'm missing my parents really, really tough. But other than that, you know, I have my kids and we making it day by day. I tell them every day, wake up like it's your last and just enjoy the day. And so I'm trying to live by what I preach to them. Mm-hmm. And so I can honestly say that, you know, life be lifing.
That part.
But I try to stay positive. Yeah. I just saw it on the wall and that literally.
Which one?
On the pink wall, it says stay positive right beside love.
Okay, yeah, on my
literally, I try to stay positive as much as I can. That's why I don't do negative energy. Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, so mentally, I can say I'm doing pretty good today.
Good. And I love how you singled out today because mental health is something that we work towards and we practice every single day. Yeah. I was talking to somebody about this a few weeks ago. Somebody was like, 1 minute they're posting this, and it was a guy. Yeah. It was a friend speaking on a guy. Mm-hmm. And she was like, 1 minute he's posting this, and the next minute is something funny, you know, basically saying his posts are bipolar. And I was like, well, you know, we are human, and we have different emotions at all times. Being in therapy for 7 or 8 years, I've learned that your emotions could be different within 10 minutes, literally.
Absolutely.
If you are grieving, you can be super extremely sad 1 minute and something that can happen quickly, bring you joy, happiness for the next moment. Absolutely. So it's a day by day thing. 1 minute you may be all good and you may post something super funny or something joyful, and the next day it just may be one of those days you had a moment and you may not be where you want to be. But that is okay. You are human. We have more than one emotion. Yes. Meaning that we can feel and express those moments in more than one time.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad you're well, DeeDee. You look good. You're beautiful. You. Every time I see you like close up, because I'm used to seeing her on stage, but she always swing by, make sure she gives me a look and speak. And every time I see her, she's like, of course, always beautiful. But today is the first time that I'm actually looking at you like in the eyes, boo. You fine.
Thank you, baby.
Pretty caramel.
Yes.
But all is well with me, Spillers, day by day, like I just said. And I love to sit in my emotions. That's how I heal. So if I wake this morning, I had a good devotion, woke up, you know, and some of the stuff in the devotion had your girl in tears. You know, I was happy tears and some were sad tears. But I'm okay with it. I like sitting in my emotions because I feel like when I identify with them, when I connect with them, and I actually sit in them, whatever I'm projecting, I'm getting something better from it. So if I'm projecting sadness, I know that gladness and that happiness is coming. If I'm projecting joy, I know more joy is coming.
Absolutely.
So all is well. If all is not well with you, Spillers, say something so that we can do something. The Spill podcast says all the time, mental health is wealth. In order for you to be completely wealthy, you got to be healthy mentally. Okay? If you ain't healthy mentally, what good are you? You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, ain't on the book. So, and the Bible tells us to seek wise counsel. So be okay with getting therapy or being your own therapist as long as you're doing the right things if you're going to be your own therapist. All right. Well, thank you so much for that, DeeDee. So we are moving on. It is our social media shout out time. If you're not following the Spill Podcast, what are you waiting on?
What you doing?
Follow us on Instagram, the Spill Podcast 21, TikTok, the Spill, and YouTube. Follow and subscribe, like whatever they say, do all that at the Spill Podcast. Now, DeeDee, you booked and busy.
Yes.
You know, and I do have some spillers with some coinage.
Come on.
So I want you to give all of the spillers your social media handles so that they can follow you and stay abreast all things DeeDee Jones.
All things.
And then for those who get that real coin and you ready to sign some check stubs, you need a book for an event, whatever, I want you to give them your information so they can book you if they need to.
Okay, so Facebook and Cash App. It's DeeDee Jones 1. That's DEEDEE Jones and the number 1. Okay, that's Facebook and Cash App. Instagram, tread lightly on Snapchat. Instagram and Snapchat and Twitter is the Key of D. That's DAKEYOFDEE. And then my YouTube is the official DeeDee Jones. So everywhere you can catch me doing something every single day. I make sure I post some type of content.
Yeah.
Every day. I'm getting better, but
and yeah, YouTube, them music videos, y'all need to get on there. Yes. Like if you need to pick me up, if you need this how I'm really feeling today. If
no,
you're having
for real.
Issues and you need some Tasia or some Jasmine in your spirit,
for real,
please subscribe to that YouTube because it's life. It gives you life.
Thank
now,
you.
can you give us the booking email?
Absolutely. I did not do that. So it's DeeDeeJonesMusic@gmail.com. So DeeDee is always spelled out DEEDEE. Then JonesMusic@gmail.com. You can book me right there.
All right, so y'all got the information. So do what you have to do to get at your girl DeeDee, support her, and of course support the Spill Podcast.
Yes.
Now we are moving on to our Spill Trend time. So DeeDee, the Spill Trend is the segment of the episode where I normally talk about or illuminate all things black.
Okay.
So it's things that goes on in our culture. I like to say black. Thank God black.
Hey.
I won't take it back.
Hey.
I'm proud to be black.
Hey.
That's Miss Charlene's song. I got the song downloaded.
Hey, Miss
Charlene.
Charlene.
I love it. So we just normally illuminate all things black, blackity black. But this episode, I feel like on this trend, I want to encourage us to love on ourselves. This is a very heavy season for so many people. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I feel like we need to be intentional and be heavy on loving ourselves. I mean, real heavy. Yes. Real heavy. You know, and that means if somebody asks you to do something and you're uncomfortable or you don't want to do it, hell no. If somebody asks you to show up somewhere and you're uncomfortable, you don't have peace about it, get somebody else to do it. Put no in your spirit.
Yes.
My cousin Cedric said he posted something on Facebook yesterday, and he was like, "I feel a good no is really good. It's a good Holy Ghost answer."
Yes.
And so if you at a point or a season or a space in your life to where you feel like you need to say no, say it. It's okay. You do not have to always be there for everybody all the time. It's okay to be there for yourself first, okay? Yes. So be heavy on loving you this season. Be heavy about not letting anybody play with you about you, because if you let them play with you about you, then they're going to go as far as they can. And we're not even going to give them an inch. We're not going to let them start, okay? So be heavy on that, and that is my Spill Trend. Dee, would you like to add something to that?
No, that was really good.
All right. Okay, so this is a little quick 5-second break. If you want to pee, take water, whatever.
I ain't moving. I'm just gonna check.
Oh, you good? Okay, good. I'm finna turn. I'm finna put Philly Moon in. I got their little. Move it on, buddy. Okay, come on, MacBook.
Or did you need to go?
I'm good. I went before I came here. When I say we're finna go through this side, as soon as this one right here come up, and I push him on over, and this is when I add a little jazz music. It's like a little break, and I don't. You remember, like the other day we did a break. We normally do like a little 15-minute break to kind of recharge. Oh, you coming back? Let me turn you down for a little second because you can do this to me. We normally do just like a little, you know.
Yeah. I left my top.
We on top. sure that's over far enough. All right, we're about to get back to it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you're gonna hear the little jazz that's filling me with Quincy. Quincy is my engineer.
Yes.
So I have to shout them out.
Absolutely.
He always come through for me, and me and Philip grew up together, so.
Oh my guys.
Yeah, they good people. Here we go. All right, so we are back, Spillers. I hope you all enjoyed that little interlude, for my boys, Philly Moo and Quincy Cuno Watson. That's what it say outside, so I have to throw that in there. Okay, so we are moving on to our topic time. Spillers, y'all know our topic time, or our topic is real heavy on me. We heavy on us. Like, we not letting nobody play with us. It's heavy season. It's heavy season emotionally, but we finna be heavy on us, so we can protect some of those emotions. So we're gonna start off by going way back. Way back. Now, DeeDee, you are an internationally known singer.
Yes.
Now, I say internationally known because, honey, like, I know you're known all over the states, but that COVID live that you did when you went live in your room, that's when we was on shutdown, lockdown, like at the very beginning, and you went live in your room. I was in Texas at my husband's house at the time. That's when he lived in Texas before he moved to Little Rock. And he was at work. He worked, I think he worked from like 2 to 11.
Okay.
But the company he was working for were in high demand of foods and supplies. Mm-hmm. So he literally had to be at the warehouse like some days 14 hours. So he would leave at 1, wouldn't get home till like 1 or 2.
Oh, wow.
So when I was watching your live, one of those nights, there was a night that being locked down,
that
I was like overwhelmed emotionally because I'm used to getting out. I was used to my husband being home at a certain time or being around him at a certain time.
Yeah.
Then his time coming home had moved back like hours later.
Yes.
He had to leave hours early. So the only time we had is when he came in, and when he made time for me. Thank you, babe, for that sacrifice. And then the time he had before he went to work. Wow. So it was one of those days where I was like really like down, but I promise you, baby, he kept wine. So I had some wine, and I put that YouTube on in that room, baby. I was getting down. So that's why I say she's international, y'all, because it has reached more households in more than America. I'm sure it's not anywhere. So listen. I want you to give us just a little bit of your beginnings. You don't have to go deep.
Okay.
But one of the main questions is, when did you know that you can sing? How did you know not only that this is your passion, because I feel like it's your passion if it's not correct to me, but I do feel like it's a calling. And I say it's a calling because it's in you and not on you.
Absolutely.
And when something is in you and not on you, that's an anointing to me.
Absolutely.
And we only get our anointing from Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
So listen, it ain't no denying what you got going on, sis. But when did it start, and when did you know that this is why I'm here?
So, of course, I've been singing literally since I was 2 years old. I recorded my first album when I was 3 years old. Mm-hmm. So my daddy had me singing on top of countertops and stools since I was a little girl. But I think it really clicked for me when I got into junior high school. I was a tomboy, so I wasn't really the popular girl, but I was singing at everything. I was singing at the national anthem for the basketball games, football games. Anyway, but it really clicked for me then when I started doing like plays at a young age. My mom would put me in pageants. And I would just be before the church, just doing things that grown-ups were doing, and I was a young girl. Mm-hmm. I wasn't spending the night at kids' house. I didn't get to do the fun things when I was little. I was singing, like literally. Mm-hmm. And so it started clicking for me then. I'm gonna tell you when adults started disliking me. That's when God put it in me that it's something in you, DeeDee, because they ain't just not liking on any and everybody. It's got to be something inside of you that's telling them, what she got that, and I was a young girl.
Adult.
So that's what literally let me know that, okay, you got something. So the more and more I kept going, I kept doing, and of course, God started showing me different things and different visions, and he started just putting me in different rooms with different people that I did not expect to be in. And I just kind of figured, okay, God, this is what you want me to do. This is my purpose. This is what I'm stuck with it, because I didn't try to throw it back several times. Like, I'm going to school. I'm going to be a nurse. Because that's what I really wanted to be growing up as a kid. But God said, no, You ain't gonna be up in there singing at them people's house.
That part. That part, baby. Yes. And when he tell us no, you gotta be obedient.
Or else.
Because if you don't, baby, the chastising that's gonna come with it, baby, you ain't gonna be ready for it. And he's going to do that until you do or get on the path that he's trying to get you on. Absolutely. So listen, you said your daddy had you singing. Can you just give the people just a quick snippet of your father now? Your dad, in the Lakes, they all lived up the street from my grandmother. Okay. So your daddy and my mother were really cool. Your uncle Norris was my mother's twin brother, best friend. Like Norris would come, be my uncle. They would go fishing. They did a lot. My uncle died at 44 in 2004. He died of natural causes. Okay. That was my mom's twin. Just went to sleep and just didn't get back up perfectly healthy. But your dad, Norris and my uncle were dope, and then Mr. Danny, and then Veronica. Your aunt, she worked at my elementary school, and I used to do like town shows at school and stuff. And she used to kind of like push me, to do it. Hey, look there and sing, do all that.
It's such a small world.
It's a small world. So your family and my family go way back.
Absolutely.
But tell us just a little bit about your daddy, because your daddy is he's internationally known as well.
For sure.
He's known as being the maestro. And you know the maestro of music. That means you got it all. The writing, the hearing, the singing, the playing, you got it all. So just give us just a little bit about your daddy and then we'll move on.
My dad was just all around everything. That's why the name Maestro was given to him. I don't even know how he got the name. He may have given it to himself. And I love that about my dad. My dad didn't wait on nobody to throw him no show. He did his own, and that's where I got it from. Yeah. But my dad was a musician. He was a singer, songwriter, musician. He played every instrument. I think my dad played like 20-some instruments. He was a music teacher. He did recitals for his students. He played in groups. He played for everybody. My daddy, he was just that guy. But he, rest in peace to my dad. He was my music teacher. I did go to Philander for a little bit, but I always tell people, I can remember being in the car. My daddy it would be a song on the radio, and he'd be like, sing the alto part, sing the soprano part. And I think I was like 5 or 6 years old. So my daddy was literally my teacher from the time that I could just remember. But he was just an amazing guy. He was a hard worker. Musicians these days could really learn from my dad, because my dad, of course, that was what he did. Music was what he did, but his passion, because he loved what he did, it wasn't just all about the check all the time. And so I could just say that my daddy was the maestro. He was that guy.
Yeah, he really was. And shout out to the maestro. He's in heaven playing in that band.
Yes,
my daddy was
a good time.
Yes. They up there having a time.
Yes, they are.
So listen, being on that stage, we do not know what life has dealt you that day. Like you said earlier, baby, life be life, right?
Yes.
But we could never tell, because I feel like every single performance, you leave it on the floor. When I say you leave it, girl, I be looking like, I don't know whether to cry, shout, walk out. I don't know what the hell to do. I just be in awe every single time. Like, there's never no inconsistency with DEEDEE, y'all. When I say she leaves it at the floor, it's almost like she performs like it's her last time. What is your motivation and your inspiration behind leaving it all at the floor?
My motivation, literally, and this is gonna be repetitive through the entire conversation, but it's my parents, it's God first, my parents, and then my kids. I did not have an easy life. I tell this story as much as I can. I can't wait to write my book out. Stay tuned for my book.
And we getting it.
But I did not have an easy life. My mother, she worked 2 or 3 jobs. Bless her heart. My dad was a musician, so we were always just on the move. I didn't get to have that kid life. I think that's why I play so much now. I joke a lot now, because baby, I missed all that growing up. But I just feel like, life is meant to live. And because I experienced a lot of hardships growing up, I did not get the basic things that I needed when I was a kid. So I went through a lot. But I always tell people, I tell my kids, I think God had me go down this road for a reason, because he knew that I was going to have a platform that I needed to share with somebody else about these hardships and trials. And so my upbringing was rough. I struggled. I've been homeless. Anything you can name, I've been through it. And that's why I always tell people, please don't judge people off of their past or what you think you heard or what you think you know. Because people literally have been down and through there, and they're just trying to make it. You know what I mean? So that's my. I forgot the question, girl.
Your inspiration. You said God.
Yes, God, my parents.
And you explain why.
Yes. So cause I can talk too, but yeah. So you have to give me a line.
No,
yeah, those are my main inspirations. And I feel like since my parents are in heaven now, I have a duty to carry out what my mom and dad want.
Yeah, definitely carry out that legacy because you're making them proud.
Absolutely.
And they don't want to be back here because the time that they're having. But if they were here, I'm sure that they would be extremely proud.
Absolutely.
And you're not talking too much, sis. I told you blessing somebody because there's somebody out here with the story, but they're probably scared to tell it.
Absolutely.
And I say that all the time. We have these huge platforms, and we're so quick to share the glitz and the glamour. But when it comes down to the bad and the ugly, we don't want to share.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, one of my favorite models is what God has for me, baby. It is for me.
Yes.
Listen, so in everything in life, feelings, when I say I try to be content, I try to be content. I don't compete with nobody. I don't listen. I learned that when I first started building my house, somebody was like, well, why don't you have enough literally a person told me you probably could get approved for more so that you can get a bigger. Nah, baby, I'm good I'm good with what I have.
Absolutely.
Because I never had a house, what I'm saying? So I was just happy with going through the process. But I don't know what the more money I would have got, the more problems I would have had if I would have gotten a bigger, you know what I'm saying? Or with my little car. I'm happy with my little car. Like, I'm appreciative. I said that to say, earlier I said that you were internationally known, and you are, right? With Little Rock being so small, and when I say small, we are live music, but I don't feel like we're as big or as huge in the live music scene as like Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, those type of places.
Absolutely.
And I said you was the queen of live music earlier in the city of Little Rock, and I meant that. I mean, no pun intended, no disrespect or no offense to anyone. That's my opinion.
Absolutely.
I feel like she's the queen of live music in this city, but with this city being a little smaller than other cities, and it's not competition, Lord, how can I say this without saying, because I didn't even, my notes not even worded right, so I already know. Anyway, I'm just gonna say it. Do you feel like that people are competitive or try to compete with you? And if you feel like that, like, how do it make you feel, or is it something that you just block out? Because I feel like I said earlier, a competition. You know what I'm saying? And that's with all due respect. It's no offense to anyone. But with this being a smaller city, everybody trying to get it, everybody trying to be here, everybody want to be booked in business.
Absolutely.
But being the chosen one, sometimes you can be looked at like, who tells she kissing or who she doing it to get these work. But am I talking to? What am I doing?
No, you talking right.
Oh, okay, well, break that down for us, sis, because I want to know, like, in this lane, is that motivation for you to go harder? Or are you really like, I mean, it's in me, it's not on me. I can't help that God is giving me this light and platform and opportunities. And
baby, she just done said it all.
Oh, okay.
Everything you said, what she said. And sometimes, I go into my little place. My little home is my little resting spot where I just get my thoughts together. But it's very tough. It doesn't always come from the ladies. It comes from me, and it comes all around, honey. It's a sense of, like you said, who does she think she is, and why is she getting all the attention, and why they put her on the shows? And my thing is, I've always been one to, if somebody is going harder than me, then that means I ain't going hard enough.
that part.
It ain't that I'm trying to compete with you. I'm trying to I'm inspired. Like, dang, she doing this, she doing that. Baby, let me get off here and get on my whatever and do what I need to do. But everybody's mindset is not like that.
Yeah.
Everybody's not happy for you. Everybody is not going to support you. I get the less support from my peers than I do from people. And this stuff, I'm so glad you got me here today, because this is another thing that's going to cause me to get a lot of backlash, but it's good because it's my journey, it's my story.
And your emotions.
And nobody, like you said, your opinion. Everybody don't like DeeDee Jones, think that I'm their favorite. So it's a handful of people that do, and that's okay. Everybody don't like Beyonce, but look at Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So you got to roll with the punches and just keep going. So that's my fuel. I have to understand, and I always reference Beyonce when somebody's talking to me. I'm nowhere near her. I don't even have a single out yet, but I reference her because she's on her grind. She does not stop to bark at everything that tries to bark at her. And look at her success. Her success tells the story for her. She don't have to say anything. So that's what I try to do. I used to bleed a lot on social media. I used to, if I thought it and somebody got on my nerves, I'm typing it on social media. And one of my friends said, you can't bleed on the people that love you. We support you. We don't know what's going on. We don't know why such and such was loving on you 1 minute and then they hated you. And I get it. But you got to be strategic and smart about how you share. Everything you can share your journey, but just be strategic because there are a group of people who really do love and support you. So I use it as motivation now. I've grown a lot in my career, and I understand that some people are just stuck where they at, and they not gonna grow. And so you just have to keep on pushing and just keep on going.
And you said a lot when you said be strategic with what you post and how you share, because we've talked about it. We're going to talk about it more, how transparent you are with your journey. You share us the ups and downs. Honey, I done seen you so many times on the live crying. Honey, I have to make sure I open the live to make sure it's a testimony of crying. I'm finna shower with you real quick, or do I need to drop it on you and say it's prayer? Like I want to know that's gonna open the live so that I can see where the tears are coming from. Because I'm gonna shout with you, or I'm gonna say a prayer with you. But to be honest, I do feel like you don't get the support and stuff that you should get. But I don't. Of course, who am I to worry about it or care about it? But I'm really not worried about it because I feel like that God is just gonna keep elevating.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I see the elevation, and I'm just like, do you, God? Like you deserve it. Because like Beyonce, you're not barking, and you have every right to. You know what I'm saying? You have every single right to, but you don't do that.
Absolutely.
And I love that about you.
Absolutely.
But how are you blocking it? What are you doing emotionally and mentally to block out the hate? Because DEEDEE, the hate can be heavy.
It gets heavy.
It can be so heavy to where you have to, you want to just go in and go off. And sometimes the hate can make you lose everything you got going in your
Absolutely.
What are you doing to protect that?
Lord, and I'm not perfect, y'all. I promise you I'm not perfect. But baby, when I tell you I pray, I know God gets sick of me. Because honey, I pray so much, and I talk to God like we talking right now, and I be like, God, listen. Now, you want me on the straight and narrow now. You got to help me. You know what I mean? So I pray. I try to just get to myself. I used to talk about it to, I don't have a lot of friends. Because it's hard when you're trying to do what I do and have friends at the same time.
That mean well.
That mean well. Because everybody don't get it. Everybody just don't get it. And so that does not make them bad people. They just don't understand my journey. And that's okay because it's my journey. So if I have to leave some people along the way, I'll catch up with you when I get up there. But that's literally, I literally, we gonna leave them behind.
Somebody else to do it.
Yeah, that's the only thing, honestly, that I do. I write a lot. I journal a lot. I don't talk. Because if I talk about it too much, then I'm gonna try. Everybody's response that they give me is not wise, and so I have to remember, DEEDEE, you gotta be wise, because if I get into it with somebody right now on Facebook, they're gonna be like, DEEDEE Jones.
That's all you see.
And who?
Yeah.
But who? Yeah. Not knocking nobody else, but that's gonna be the topic. And so I try to pray. That's it.
Yeah. And that's the best thing to do, because like you said, everybody's opinion is not wise.
Absolutely.
And then people want to see that.
They want
to, and that's so sad.
You'd be surprised.
It's so sad. And then you said something like you talking to different people, and then it be those ones that you think supposed to give you sound advice.
Let me go ahead and
tell her to do this so she can look back. Everybody think.
Absolutely.
When I say people, one thing I say all the time, and I tell my cousin, I tell Jay this, I tell people that I know that God has His hands on, that people hearts out here are really, really effed up. It's something, their hearts are messed up. Snoop Dogg made a post about 4 or 5 years ago, and I still got it in my phone, and I share it every now and then. He was like, if y'all clean those raggedy A hearts, then maybe you'll start seeing the blessings that God really has for you.
For real.
Because people's hearts are jacked up. When I say people don't be wanting to see people happy, they don't like to see good things happen to people. Like, why the hell not?
Why?
Like, I feel like if God can do it for you, baby, he got to be next door. Like, he in my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
People are not genuine anymore. And this is what has been, it ain't shocking no more because I'm older. But it's the ones that you would have never thought.
Never thought.
Like,
that's clapping their hands for you in your face, but behind your back, baby, they hiding themselves.
Oh my goodness, I've never seen such jealousy and envy in my life. And I'm like, God, and that's another reason why I can tell, I can see the elevation. Sometimes I used to be like, okay, I did a show, it was good, I sold it out. But now I've gotten to a point where I actually see God doing this for me because of all of the hell that I've been experiencing from people that I just did not expect. So it's just really eye-opening.
And he wants you to see it too. That's
absolutely.
He's gonna keep letting you go through this hell with people. You know what I'm saying? And the more hell you go through, the lighter it's gonna be. Whatever it is he wants you to see, it's gonna be very, very
absolutely.
Okay, so now we're finna get just a little bit personal. Now listen, you are a single mom, okay? So you're a single mom. You have 3 handsome young adult males. Yes. So I said 2 things that'll just take any person out. Single mom for one. Well, I said 3 actually. Single mom for one.
Yep.
3 children for one. 3 black males.
Yes.
Okay? So listen, being a single mom trying to raise productive citizens, black men in this world by yourself, no help, you, Jesus, and Jesus. Listen, I know that has to be challenging. It must have been challenging emotionally, spiritually, financially, just in the state of the world that we're in now. Like, I know it's been rough.
Yes.
What has been your motivation with raising these boys? Because my husband say all the time, no woman can raise black men. And he said that on the episode because his mother was a single mom of 3 boys. He was the baby boy, literally. All of them had different fathers. Truth be told, none of them was there. The middle father, my husband said, was there until he died. He died young. But he said his middle brother, who's in heaven now, daddy was always there for them. But that was all that they saw. Yeah. Everything else, the streets taught them. Yeah. Or, as my husband say, crooks taught them. But, like, how are you doing it? And your youngest is what, 17? So, from 17 on up, like, how?
17 on up, I can honestly say that it's so much better than what it was.
Hallelujah.
So we won't even, since you said 17 on up, I'm gonna stick there. Because 17 on that, baby, them years right there took me on through it. But it's definitely been a struggle, and it's so hard. That's where a lot of my anxiety comes from, worrying about my boys. Because DeAndre now, he is DJing, and so he's out late at night, and he at the spots where everybody be at, and so I'm worried I don't go to sleep until he get in the house. Kaylin is so much better. He's a homebody, but he does go out sometimes. So that's my main thing, just worry. I have to worry about not just the police, but the streets and just stray bullets, and you can stop at a gas station now and folks are just cutting up in the Walmart, but and then my youngest baby, he's in school, so every morning I'm worried, like, Lord, protect him. They shoot up schools. Like, it's so much happening, and with these boys being black, that just puts the cake on it for me. But it's a task, and doing it alone is even rough. It's rough. It's rough. I can't lie about that subject. It's very rough. I don't have a male figure, and I'm very, very strategic. That may not be the word. I'm very
meticulous.
Yes, that's the word. On who I bring around my boys, because they a little mean when it come to me trying to date. That's why I'm single right now. They a little mean. I'm working on that, but I haven't had anybody like that in their face, and I thank God for that. Just not bringing men in and out the house. But just trying to deal with, them growing up to be successful men. I try to preach that to them as much as I can. It's difficult, but with the help of God, that's what's keeping me and raising these boys. I can thankfully say that they have not been in any major trouble. No jails, none of that. My youngest son, he's book smart. So I'm blessed. I would say I'm blessed. I normally don't tap on nothing. But I am blessed to have some good guys, and they've done, some things, but I'm pretty much blessed.
Yeah.
And
And that's good.
Yeah.
Because we can take minor things. We did minor things.
Yes.
We did little stuff,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, that the Lord spared us from. And kept our parents like, okay,
yes.
they ain't this.
Right,
you know, so we're good. And I asked that because I'm going to ask a follow-up question.
Okay.
I was a single mother for about 11 years.
Okay.
My husband and I have been together 4 years and change. Married 3, 4, been together 4 years and change. But I was a single mother. Her dad and family lives in Nashville, Tennessee. That's where she was born, conceived, when I lived there. And she's been there many of times. Now she has the autonomy to decide when and where she want to go. And you good. You 16. You can do that. When she was little, I made her. You know, you got to go spend time with your people for breaks, summer breaks, spring breaks, all of that. But I was very resentful for a long time, and I had to do a lot of praying and healing, and therapy helped me with that, because I feel like when you bring a child in this world, if you're not prepared, that's the time to get prepared, right?
Absolutely.
If you're not married or it's not planned, then you got to drop everything and do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
But unfortunately, I wasn't in a situation to where that was with both sides. But it was me, and I was blessed with the village. So I definitely thank God. I don't take none of that for granted.
Absolutely.
But I know that you know, your village was kind of, you know, your mom and daddy went to glory a lot earlier. So you had to do a lot by yourself.
Absolutely.
Just emotionally, like, do you have any resentment for that? Or can you say you're to the point to where you just let God do what he do and it is what it is?
Well, yeah, I still have some resentment. I'm praying on that, only because I tell my kids, like, I hate that y'all didn't get a chance to experience like family like I did when I was growing up. I was around my cousins all the time and wasn't no friends, so they didn't get to do that. And so yeah, I have some resentment on, you know, the way things happened with me when I was younger. But I can thankfully say that my kids understand. They've seen. I'm thankful that God allowed them to get old enough to see what it really was. And so now I don't have to go back and say this, that, and the third. They actually knew, like, okay, this my mama, she wasn't, you know. And I never, you know, talk down on people. I just let them see what it was. And baby, this the cards that you were dealt. And God, if he dealt you them cards, and if it happened the way it happened, sometimes we make our own mistakes. You know what I mean? And God will still, because his grace is so sufficient, he'll still come and make our paths the way he need them to go. And so I'm glad that my kids, they may not have the village, because they don't have it, but they have me. And baby, when I tell you I'm superwoman to my boys, and they grown, but it's just in me because I know what they don't have, and so I'm their protector. I just have to be.
And you said something, girl, when you said you don't talk bad, you let them see. That's always been me. When I say my right hand to God, I never said anything. And I asked God to do. My mother actually taught me that when my baby was like months old too. And I used to sing to her, read to her. And my mama said, don't instill nothing negative to her. Don't talk to her about nobody. The Lord will show her. She'll learn. And my kid is very mature for her age, and I promise you, when I say she got old enough to learn, and when she got old enough to learn and to see, that's when I gave her the autonomy to make the choices. Do you want to go? Nah, I'm good. Like, nah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to do that. And that's for all of the single mamas. You don't have to talk bad. You don't have to put nothing negative in your baby's mind, ears, none of that, because I promise you, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, God is going to show them the rest, baby. And when he shows them, that's going to make them appreciate you even more, and that's going to teach them actually what not to do. My husband is like that now. He's like, didn't nobody have to tell me nothing. I saw how it was with and his daddy. We're not taking nothing from him. Made recipes, he paid child support, he did whatever, but they never had a relationship. But my husband said, money ain't nothing. Like, I needed your time, I needed your energy, I needed your space. But when I had my kids, when I had my daughter, like, I knew I don't want to do none of that. I need my babies to see me, be with me, and he did that. And that's what you have to do sometimes. We have to break that barrier, whatever it is. If you saw something that wasn't right, do the opposite.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because the opposite is probably going to be more positive, and that's going to bring you joy and peace.
Absolutely.
Ooh, child.
Yeah.
And you got 3 handsome boys too. And I'm sensitive when it comes to black boys. And like, I'm just sensitive. My family can tell you that. You know, I'm an educator. I'm middle school now. I love my girls, but I know I can kind of model and be that for my girls. For my boys though, I'm like tough on them. I'm like, no, you go get your grades. You come in my class during lunch. I'll go get you a little 4 for 4, and you about to make this work.
Absolutely.
Because you're not finna fail middle school.
We're not doing that.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you are doing and what you have instilled in these young men.
Absolutely.
Because the way that they are just project, the energy that they project, the respect, the yes ma'am.
Yes.
Like I done seen your boys a few times, and I'm like, hey, these son, they don't even know. Yes ma'am.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's them.
a black young man saying yes ma'am or speaking or looking you in your face, like that does something for me. So I want to give you your flowers.
I appreciate
for
that.
doing what you do as a black woman, as a black single woman, as a black single woman raising 3 black males in this society.
I appreciate
So keep going, and I promise you they're gonna make you proud, and they're gonna give you a lot of money. They're gonna take care of you.
I believe.
So you gonna be singing
that.
Yeah, you gonna be singing when you wanna sing. Now you gonna forever sing.
I'm gonna do it.
But they gonna be like, Mama, sit down. You gotta go tonight. How much they paying you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I received that for real.
For real. It's going to happen.
Yes.
Because of what you've done and what you've instilled in them by yourself. God gonna reward you.
Absolutely.
He has to. Like, we taking him at his word. And you gotta do this for me, sir. Like, I was the last for a little while. Now I'm gonna need you to make me the first. You said the last shall be the first.
That's what your word said.
I need you to get that first up there. Now I was 21. I need to be 18 now.
That part.
Because my son's gonna be 18, and I need to be 1 when he. Anyway. So listen, let me ask another question.
Okay.
What's your day life like? You single? Do you have friends? Multiple friends? If you're single, I hope you say you got multiple friends.
You know what?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Girl, I am single, capital out.
Like, no, because I know the entertainment. You got plenty of entertainment and DMs and inboxes.
Yes, they come like water flow. I mean, I don't get it. And here's the thing. A couple of men have told me that they're intimidated by me because of what I do. They feel like I got so many groupies. I got so many men. And
do you?
No, I really don't. Just being transparent, I was very much so in love with my best friend. Lord help us. And then, Lord help me. I love really hard, and so I don't play a lot of games. And so if you're not, your mind focus is just off, then I just move on and I just, go on about my business. But I'm big single. So if you out there listening, mister.
What's your list?
Don't get me. Like? I don't even have no list no more. Just love God, love me, love my kids, work. Look, I'm looking hard in the camera.
Yeah. So your list not even that.
It's not even deep. I don't even like
love kids, love me, and work. Oh, that ain't bad.
That's not bad at all. And so you like some because when I roll up, yeah.
So you'll go to the Cheesecake Factory and
baby, what? Baby, we can go to McDonald's and get a bigger bag.
I said that on the last episode with my husband. It is not the place, it's who you with.
It's who you with.
And I said, well, we can go to Taco Bell. I love me some Taco Bell.
Do you hear me?
We can go to Taco Bell. I can sneak a little wine in my bag and a water bottle, and we can sit in there and act like we at Mr. Chow's or the rest of the big steak places. So are you meticulous when it comes to that? Because that list, and we talking about the list, Phyllis. I'm talking about that list that came out about a month ago.
Who made that list? We don't know, do we?
We have no idea, baby. And whoever made that list, I promise they weren't humble and probably couldn't afford to go none of them places.
That part.
Because I'm like, first of all, Cheesecake Factory got a 5 little menu going.
And we don't even have one here, so I know one about in Arkansas.
That part. And that's what I said. I said if it wasn't nobody near, because we don't have a Cheesecake Factory. But they got a nice little Applebee's. I can go give me a good little burger. Like, what we doing?
Now, I'm a picky eater, but as long as I'm with the person that I want to be with, baby, we can go to Subway. It just does not matter.
So again, men, I reverted back to that. The list don't matter. It's all about the woman. If the woman wants to be with you, baby, like Young Miami said, and then we go to the pot.
I love Carisha.
We go to the pot. We go to the pot.
Yeah.
I love Carisha.
Yes.
But listen, so you single. Don't be coming to her any kind of way. Like, this is not a dating show, and I'm not Mrs. Matchmaker, but don't say that you heard her on the Spill podcast and you raggedy.
Right.
we not doing raggedy. I'm like Sarah Jakes, we not doing raggedy.
We not.
We too old for that, okay?
Yes.
So listen, the people are peopling, right?
Yeah.
And quick to form an opinion,
Absolutely.
right? About stuff that they've heard, about stuff that they think that they seen from somebody. Just crazy stuff, right?
Absolutely.
So social media has made it hard for people to just be themselves, period. Be it dating or just being yourself. Somebody said you post too much. You always
Right.
And I don't care because it's my social media. I can post what I want to post. And like I said, I had social media when you only had to have a college email to get on there. So if you back in the day if they wouldn't been changed the way that they did, you wouldn't even be able to see all my posts. But I said that to say, what is something that you can tell the people about DEEDEE that social media doesn't know? And I was so excited. I put this question down to ask DEEDEE because I was watching Open Thoughts with Funny Marco, and he interviewed Chris Brown. I love podcasts.
Me
when
too.
I say I barely listen to me, that's why I'm be doing no songs. I'm finna get my music.
Get your music back up.
For real. But I was watching his interview with Chris Brown, Kevin Hart, everybody. He always asks them, tell the world something that they don't know about you. And Chris Brown, of course, didn't say nothing because he's like, I'm trying to get at this interview. But is there something that you want the people to know that, and not even nothing personal or business-wise, but just something about your personality, your heart, that people really don't see because they're too caught up in what they heard.
Absolutely. I really would love people. And I say this in the most humble way, but I am literally the most lovable person ever. Like, I would give you right now whatever you wanted, my purse. Like, yeah, you can have it. I always, my makeup and stuff just up on here, but that's just my heart is so big, and people give this perception of me like she thinks she better than me, and I'm trying to figure out how. Where's the money? It's coming, but I'm trying to figure out where are you getting this from? And I try to just search within myself all the time to see if what these people are saying is really true, and I'm like,
she's scratching your head
but the Bible tells us, creating me a clean heart. So I'm really, trying to search deep, like, God, whatever it is, take it out of me. But I'm really like a really heartfelt person. Like, I love people hard, especially after I lost my parents. Like, I don't like to see people hurting. Anything that I can do to just help people, that's just me. I mean, if it wasn't for me making a living off of what I do, I would probably sing for free. Just because that's just my heart. But people, they give this opinion of me. I don't even know what they say because they don't come to me and say it. Don't try it. Because, I'm a good girl, but back, like my grandma was an idiot. And she geeked out in me, baby. Rest her soul, too. She took a gun to church and said, mess with my daughter again. But yeah, I'm really a cool girl. I love to have fun. I have more male friends than I do girls. Just because I like to kick it and have a good time. I don't do all that drama. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why we relate. I'm the exact same way.
I already told you that a long time ago.
Yeah, I have a lot of female acquaintances.
Yes.
I have a handful that I can really call friends, and I can call them out right now.
Yeah.
But I call my friends that I know if something goes on, I know I can call them. I know they're not running around.
Yeah.
But for the most part, my squad, my crowd is like dudes. Like when I say I'm with the dudes, because I'm like that, I don't like no drama. I just love to have fun. I'm big on energy. And if your energy ain't right, and that's why, like one of my friends did tell me, she was like, Toy, you hold grudges. And I was like, and she was like, yeah. And I was like, I don't think I hold grudges. I just feel like once I learn, I move on.
You have to.
And when you said a few minutes ago, creating me a clean heart, I pray that prayer every single day. I promise you that's something I pray every day.
Yeah.
And with me praying it, I'm like you, I'm always searching within myself.
Yes.
And I feel like sometimes I kind of overcompensate to be nice or be kind.
That's me. That's DeeDee Jones.
And
my middle name.
I don't like that either.
I don't like
I
it.
be like, man, Lord, I want a clean heart, but here,
I
gotta always speak
I
out.
want to do them like they doing me.
I mean, I had an issue Saturday at an event. You're not gonna speak to such and such. Such and such didn't speak to me. Why speak all the time? Why I gotta always be there? And they know this. I feel like such and such has gotten to the point to where, she gonna come speak to me, so I ain't gonna.
That's how somebody is right now with me, right now. And I just told my Lavelle the other day, I said, God must have something on me to where I have to be the person that always reconcile the issue or come back and say, well, I know we're not talking and I know I didn't do nothing, but Why am I having to have this conversation when I didn't do nothing to you?
Girl.
And here's the thing, what I want people to get, and I want y'all to hear this. If you have somebody in your life and you call them your friend, they're your relative, or whoever you deem close to you, don't go talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave that open space to where you trying to wait on them to say, if I'm your friend, I want to tell you, Toya, listen, I didn't like what you did to me last week. You embarrassed me.
Mm-hmm.
I should have that relationship with you to talk about that. But no, we let stuff linger on, and then we want to tell everybody she acted funny with me. No, you just didn't want to come talk to me.
But what if you just don't want to come talk to you because of your own whatever?
Exactly.
I ain't never did nothing to you.
Exactly.
You can't say that I embarrassed you. You can't say I did this.
Exactly.
You just don't want to close the gate or open up the door.
You just like issues.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you got them people too, and you just leave them where they at. Because at this point, baby, well, I'm not going to be stuck there all the rest of my life.
I can't. Life is, and I say all the time, we are on borrowed time. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to keep explaining myself to you. Yes. I'm not going to keep explaining. You say you felt this way. I didn't know that you felt this way because you didn't say that you felt this way, but you projected that you felt that way, and so I moved accordingly.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be explaining why I moved.
No, we don't.
Like, I moved because of whatever, and it is what it is. If you don't feel like it's important to explain it or to make the relationship better, it is what it is. I just, and that's for anybody. I say all the time, ain't nobody exempt. Like, listen, it just is what it is. Life is too short. Yes. Well, listen, DeeDee, I have really enjoyed it.
This has been so good.
And I'm super excited about this episode because I know it's going to bless so many people.
It is.
It's going to make people learn more about you.
Yes.
I know it's going to increase your following and your support.
I receive it.
And the people are really going to get to know your heart. That's
yes.
why, because I literally prayed for probably about 3 or 4 weeks. And I was like, okay, Lord, getting down to my roster, girl, I got my pastor coming on.
Come on, pastor.
So, and my co-teachers. And I was like, I want one more person, and I want DeeDee, but I want her to really show that vulnerable side. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? She deserves to show that. You know what I'm saying? Because you show so much on social media. You show the good, the bad, the ugly, and I can't say enough, like, I'll be having opening them lives, like, okay, Lord, what we doing today? What are we praying? Like, where we at?
Listen.
And that inspires and blesses people so much. What you are doing, sis, you better keep going. I say you got my support team, that man in that room in there, that husband, if he done got off work, I promise you, he'll tell you, like, the week I was supposed to go see you at the park, it was supposed to be me and 7 of my family members. My cousin was killed literally 4 days before. Mm-hmm. And I still was like, we going, y'all. We going, we got to celebrate, boo-boo, because this is what you would want. Yeah. We going. And they were like, nah, sis, I ain't going to be able to do it, you know. That was the only reason. But when I see your name on a marquee, especially if it's on a Friday or something,
I know that's right.
Baby, I'm knocking, I'm coming. Yes. And I'm not the type of person that's going to say, hey, can I get in free? Can you add my name? No, I'm supporting 1,000,000%.
Can I say that right quick, y'all?
You can't.
She been supporting me forever.
Okay, that's it. I'm supporting 1,000,000%, and I'm a tip when I can. Yes. Like, that's just what I want to do to people that I support and people that I know, you know what I'm saying, doing what their heart desires, and God is making room for. You know what I'm saying? So you keep doing that, sis. I told y'all she looking busy. She's got something to do in a minute.
Yes.
And I'm excited. I ain't gonna able to go, but I'm able to see the little
but she supported me.
Yeah. So thank you so
you
very
much.
Thank
you for having me. Seriously, I believed in you from day one. And I can't wait to see this big. I can't wait to see you Essence Festival. I can't wait. You are so articulate. You are so just everything. So I can't wait.
I received it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
God bless you. All right, and that's a wrap with Miss DeeDee Jones. Hey, y'all make sure y'all follow her and support her. Oh, I forgot to say, because I told the Vine Brothers I was going to bring it up. What? Hamilton's.
What's
December
that?
15th.
December 15th.
See, she booked the business. She don't even know the date.
I don't even know the date.
And we just happy.
Yes.
I'm just happy.
And then right after that, my big show is at the Red Room, December 29th. At the Red Room, yes. Follow me, you'll see all of it.
I was talking to a couple of my angel friends, my good girl friends, church members, and I'm like, look, they don't drink like I like to have a little cocktail. You know, that's me. But anyway, I was talking to my good girl friends. And I said, listen, that's right before we go back to work.
Yes.
We ain't really got to worry about all this New Year's Eve stuff.
That's why I did it.
And we can shoot in the backyard.
Yes.
But a couple of days before the shooting.
Yes.
We're going to be at the Red Room.
Yes.
So I'm super excited. Thank you again, DeeDee.
Thank you so much.
Right. That is a wrap.
hit?
Yeah, you can hit
Okay,
stop.
okay. Tell him I get his